Well, hello everyone. This is Pistol Crossbow Fan once again. I just thought I'd share this with you. Saturday morning, quite early, and I'm just off to work whilst I've still got a job, but with this nasty virus and things. So, um, yeah, I thought you might be interested to know that I'm still waiting for these flipping carbon arrow blanks, and I've just done some more tracking this morning, and looks like they're going to be about a month away. So because I'm so fed up waiting to get on with this next project, I looked in my local hardware shop a few days ago and I found, believe it or not, some brass tubing, which seems very good, very strong, reasonably light, and almost the same dimensions as these arrow blanks that I've ordered. In other words, outside diameter of 6mm and a inside diameter of 4mm. So I thought I'll buy a bit of that. It came in, I think it was a metre length. So I bought a metre of it for about, I don't know, £3.99 or something, and got it home and worked out the length that I'm going to be using for these fishing arrows or bolts. And I've actually made 3 in total. This is showing you how it sits in the pistol crossbow. Like so. You can see I've cut it to a length where it overhangs enough to not interfere with anything when I'm actually shooting it. And you'll also notice, if I show you down here, that on the towards the back I've drilled a 2mm hole. Hope that's focusing okay. 2mm hole, and inserted an M2 or 2mm nut and bolt. I bought a whole box full of different lengths ones, along with washers and nuts from where did I get them? I think it was Amazon, for about £4. So I've got plenty there to work with. Yeah, so I drilled a hole, put a nut and bolt through it. That's effectively acting as a stop at the front. I thought, what on earth can I, because I wanted something that's going to slide up and down the length of the arrow, you see. And I actually settled on these. If you've got a push bike with Schrader valves, in other words the car type valve on your inner tubes, you've probably got a locking ring on there, and if you take that off, it just fits over so that it slides up and down well enough. There's enough room in it so you can attach a piece of your fishing line, and then by the time it gets to the end here, it doesn't go any further because this nut and bolt stop it. So that's about the right size, I reckon. At the front, as you know, I've used, where are we, these, which I bought 6 from China for about £3 or something. Unscrewed the back, glued it into the front, and then what happens is when you shoot, see if I can do this one-handed. Oh, hang on. Oh, right, so here we are. Here's the, imagine it sitting where it is there, with this end tied to the line from your reel via a fishing swivel, and then when you shoot, the arrow goes forward, this slides up the arrow, gets to the end of the where the nut and bolt is, continues, the arrow continues through the air, and then this can't go any further, so it now starts to pull line from the reel. So that's what I planned to do. and it seems to be working out all right. Obviously I've not shot it yet because I've only just made them, but I've made 3 in total, and that was long enough. That piece of brass rod was long enough to make 3 with a little bit left over. So if they work out, when these carbon blanks finally arrive, I shall do the same with those, and then I shall shoot the 2 to see which ones work the best. But actually these aren't overly heavy, but the extra little bit of weight over a carbon shaft may be a good thing at short distances, because it gives you a bit more oomph when it gets to the fish. Let me just stress once again, just in case there's any do-gooders watching, it's illegal in the UK to hunt or fish using a crossbow. I've just made this really purely for a project, but in the back of my mind is the fact that if it all goes pear-shaped, getting food, I've got my air rifles. I can at least get rabbits and things like that to eat, and fall back on this if necessary. I'm not saying I will, and I don't condone it, but I've got it just in case. I went into the town yesterday during my lunch break, and one quite big supermarket across the road, the shelves are practically empty of everything, so it is a bit of a concern. That's it for now. I'm off to work in a minute, and once these blanks arrive, I'll show you what I've managed to do with them. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and yeah, stay safe everyone. See you soon.